telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like, I look at Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel, and I'm pretty sure they're hybrid. You know what I mean? Like, they just look like an Apple software that I should be able to download at night, you know? Like, when my phone's getting an update or something. It's something in the eyes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know I'm human, but I don't know if I...
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is. I wish you was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I did want to go ahead and give a shout out. I'm going to post right here all of the top people who've been commenting the most, who've been interacting the most. I'm going to put y'all up right here again. Shout out to everybody who hit this list right here, man. I appreciate you. Also, there's one person, there's a couple, but I want to name one in particular. And I ain't heard from my peoples in a minute. Where has Rachel Carrier been? I ain't seen that Canadian flag pop up in the comment section and I don't know how long. I need you to let me know how you doing. Are you good? Are you okay? Let me know. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Story that makes me believe 100% that I was a part of a hybridization program.
Y'all, this is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. Listen to what this guy says. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
So in this particular moment, it was in Oviedo, Florida, and it was nighttime. The memory starts, I'm holding my son's hand, I'm in the driveway, we're both looking up, and there's a massive, massive UFO in the sky. It was a darker, metalish color. It didn't look man-made at all. It did have indentations in it, in which light was coming out of it, and there was a mist coming off of it, like a purplish, velvetish mist that kind of sparkled and sprinkled down. I just remember going from seeing this massive UFO in my driveway to walking down a long hallway. Now, it felt like the hallway went forever. It was well lit. It was almost like atmosphere. I don't know how the light got there. It was just lit. It looked almost 3D printed. And we was walking down the hallway. Now, I'm holding my son's hand, and to the left of me, there's a very tall being. It was about Shaq height. I'm 6'1", and it dwarfed me. It looked identical to a gray. It's just a smaller head and a way longer neck. I was holding his hand. I just remember about the hands. It just drives me crazy. It's how it wrapped around my whole hand. Those fingers, man, they wrap all the way to the back of my hand and around. But the weirdest thing is, I'm standing next to this being and I'm not scared. There's no fear going through my body. I remember looking up at it, and this is the best way I can explain it. I do it all the time. It looks at me like this. Like the way it tweaked his neck to look back down at me, the way it curved his neck to look down at me, it was just, to this day, it still creeps me out. And I just remember looking down, being okay with it, and my son walking with me and holding his hand was another tall gray. So now we're walking down this hallway, and we come across what I know to be a two-way mirror now, but at the time it just looked like a window. What I see when I look inside this window is, it looked almost like a lobby of a children's hospital. You know how they put murals on the wall, kind of like a bear in a conga line with a bunch of other kids and then a tiger at the end. And there was some toys in the corner. There was a circular rug and a rocking chair on top of that rug. So as I'm looking at this, one of the grays grabbed my son and gently walks him into this room in which I'm looking into. My son almost already knew what to do, which was weird. My son literally just walked into the room and sat Indian style in the right side of the corner. I can see an archway in the back right side of the room, and in that archway, some kids start walking in. And they walked in and they just didn't look human. The eyes gave it away. The very small ears, the little petite mouth, and the big eyes give it away. It wasn't big black eyes on these kids. They were like, some of them were blue, green eyes. You could see the whites in their eyes, and you could see the pupil. And the hair was very thin, very frail. And they had almost like hospital gowns that look like gauze. And they sit in Indian style and they form a circle with my son. One of the beings bring like a white feather or like a white material paper or something.
Hey, I want to hear more. I hate when they cut it off like that, man.
The Buddha's hair. No Chinese person's hair looked like that. The Buddha has knotty hair. Every time you see the Buddha, his hair is knotted. Just a thought.
Shit. I told y'all, collective, when y'all get clips like that, warn me, y'all, because I know the comment section be going crazy, blaming me for this shit. Collective, I told y'all, let me know ahead of time.
I do think he's alive. And the reason is because he ran the biggest blackmail ring we've ever seen. Do you think that all these people, like I said, will expose themselves, right? So wouldn't it be more ideal to just wipe yourself from existence and still run everything from your island? Because guess who bought the island? Some random billionaire who's probably connected to Epstein, and then turns it into a resort. Now he has say-so and governance over basically a crime scene.
Yeah.
And now no one's the wiser, right?
Now, was that person somehow connected to Epstein? Do people know that?
I think when you're at that level, when you have money and power like that, if you don't know him personally, you know somebody who knew him.
Right.
And you're big enough to, and rich enough to go ahead and buy an island. Not only any island, Epstein's island. So who greenlit that? It's almost like, it's pretty funny. It's almost like this. So that Martha's Vineyard house that Obama had, that he rented every summer for $50,000 a month. So guess who bought that?
The same guy?
No, Les Wexner, who was Epstein's right-hand man. So he buys that through a trust, right? And what happened at Martha's Vineyard at Obama's house?
Someone the chef.
So he's buying a crime scene too. And then he magically buys, for no reason, this particular house. Nobody finds it suspicious.
Man, let's go ahead and hit the biggest question. Are they not all connected? We just seen somebody from one party who will kick it with this man, who has kicked it with this man, and we see another man who bought some property that another man kicked it with this man, bought this property. Can we not connect the dots here?
Una conexión con lo que hay aquí, con el instrumento, ¿verdad? Porque recordemos que la flauta es un instrumento ancestral. Yo convengo la cita. Vamos a ver qué pasa.
That was dope as shit. That was dope.
Here's how the elite are scamming you into drinking tap water. Check this out.
They selling tap water, y'all.
They
I
are
don't know
indeed.
if nobody told y'all, but they've been selling tap water in the packs of water that we've been buying. Originally discovered because of a town north in Michigan having to fight Nestle for stealing its local water, it has now been revealed that over 64% of bottled water in the U.S. is tap water. Two brands most notably stood out for contamination: Walmart Sam Choice and Giant Foods Acadia. Other brands found to have tap water include Dasani, Aquafina, Nestle Pure Life, Kirkland, Propel,
They are scamming us.
Essentia, Life Water,
And they know
Squirt
it.
Water. And for my own protection, allegedly.
Wouldn't put it past them.
Vampires are real. And I want to tell you a story when I met a real vampire. This is crazy. So one time I was working as a chemical dependency counselor assistant, and I was called into a session, and there was a guy who was addicted to drinking blood. Crazy. My first ever meeting someone like this. And I sat down and we listened to his stories and everything. And as I started talking about, the miracle working power of Jesus, because the place I worked at was a faith-based organization. And when I started talking about Jesus, literally his teeth grew and turned into fangs. Now, guys, this is an honest story. His teeth grew into fangs and his eyes became really black and a really sulfur-like smell came into the room. And I stood back. The counselor I was with, also, we were kind of shocked by this. And then this person reached to bite my arm. Now, I moved my arm out the way, and then I grabbed his shirt. I pulled him in close to me, and I said, in the name of Jesus, do not bite me. So this person sat back, his fangs disappeared, his eyes changed back to normal, and he said, I don't know what happened. Now, I'll tell you what happened. So vampire spirits are actually real. Okay, they're demonic spirits that looked like these hairy bat spirits that stand, upright like humans, and they possess people who continually give themselves over to the ritual of blood and other things like that. There are real demons that actually possess people to carry vampire-like qualities, and this guy had that. Okay,
y'all believe him?
What's a conspiracy theory that you 1,000% believe in?
Well, I wouldn't call it a conspiracy theory because it's the truth. Hurricane Katrina is not what messed up New Orleans. It's a part of what messed up New Orleans, but it's not solely what messed up New Orleans. The U.S. government blew up the industrial canal, and that's stuff that nobody wants to talk about. Why do you say that? I lived there. You literally heard a boom, and then all the water came. Why did they do that? So that they could save the French Quarter. They did that so that they could save all the tourist spots and weed out all of the African Americans that were in the hood in the Lower Ninth Ward and other surrounding areas. So it's not a conspiracy theory, just facts. The government did that, along with a lot of other natural disasters.
I heard so many people from New Orleans say the same thing.
I'm still kind of lost why we still going to the grocery store. Why the fuck you just don't grow your own food? Man, I got cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, fucking strawberries, blueberries, blackberries growing, man. Look at these cucumbers. Y'all know how many goddamn harvests I done got off of this goddamn plant, y'all? You know what I'm saying? This ready to pick right there. That's ready to pick right there. I done got about 25 and 30 cucumbers off this goddamn plant, bro. Let me show y'all my tomatoes. Look at this. You see these tomatoes, bro? Look at how many tomatoes I got. Look at them joints right there. And I got a big ass cluster for them back there, man. Collard greens, cabbages, pepper, strawberries, beans, greens. Bro, I got a whole goddamn grocery store right here in my back garden. Why the fuck do I need to keep on going to the goddamn grocery store? Create your own wealth. Create your own health. Stop going to the goddamn grocery store and start growing that shit in your backyard. That's why me and my family, we going to another level.
What's up, y'all? You ain't gonna want to miss this one. This was sent to me by a follower, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. My grandfather, Joachim, was born in 1889 and lived until 1984. I was just an 11-year-old boy when he left. He was a fisherman all his life, and he loved to tell stories that, while incredible, he swore were always true. He used to say that he preferred to fish at dawn, because that was when the fish emerged to the surface to bite. He'd tie his fishing net at one end of the river and throw his line just as the fog would start to dissipate. In those days, it was common to catch huge fish without much difficulty. He always came back with his basket full. My grandfather was a curious man by nature. He said that he had been going to that river since he was just 10 years old, and almost every time early on in the morning, he would notice some strange movements on the riverbanks on the opposite side from where he always fished. According to him, no other town occupied the area, so it didn't make sense as to who these people were. They'd show up without fail at 5 a.m. every time. He'd see them seemingly humanoid figures entering to the water, and he always found this very peculiar. So to find out who they were, one morning He got in his canoe, but instead of going directly to the shore where they used to go, he decided to travel further upstream and across the river to get a good look at who these people were. Once on the mainland, he hid his canoe among the vegetation and snuck over where he'd lay in the tall grass and hide out about 28 meters away from where he'd see those people. The next morning, like clockwork, at the crack of dawn, they showed up. But what he had witnessed left him without breath. I saw several groups, entire families, but they were not human. They had an upright body, they walked on two legs like us, but their skin was scaly, resembling dried leather. Their faces were similar to that of a crocodile, albeit with shorter snouts. The smaller ones moved on all four legs, gliding with agility between water and land. They did not speak, but communicated with signs. At first I thought they were people in disguise, or they were carrying dead caimans on their shoulders. But no, they were alligators. He said the most shocking moment was when everyone went into the river, except one who remained seated on the bank in a fully human-seated position. But his appearance was unmistakably reptilian. My grandmother said that it took him more than 10 minutes to move back, as fear paralyzed him, and he feared making noise. Since he was so far from the farmhouse and it had gotten too late, he decided that night not to return home, and stayed and slept at the foot of a large tree near his usual fishing spot. My grandmother said that after that day, my grandfather fell seriously ill. Nobody knew what caused him to do so, but we always suspect that it was related to what he had witnessed. But eventually he did get better, and he lived until he was 95 years old. And until his last day, he repeated with conviction that those beings still lived there, the primitive forests of Brazil in the Amazon.
Oh shit, I think we done found another rabbit hole. What y'all think, collective?
Listen, I don't know if y'all been knew about this, but I'm gonna tell y'all, okay? When you go out, to the bar, club, hotel, people house, doesn't matter. You need to check their water bottles. Doesn't matter if it's brand new out the box, doesn't matter if they give it to you out the fridge. When you get a water bottle, specifically at hotels, when you go on trips in hotels, check the water bottles. So what you do is you need to squeeze the water bottle. See how I'm squeezing this water bottle and nothing's coming out, right? Nothing. Okay. So what they're doing, they're taking little needles, okay? They're putting stuff in the needle. Then they're taking the needle. And then, you see that? See how I'm injecting it, right? Boom. Bam. Now, nothing. No spraying, no leaking, nothing, right? Look at that. So every time you go and get a water bottle, you need to squeeze it to see if it's doing this, okay? Because right now it's not. I can just open it and drink it, okay? Don't get roofied. This is how some people getting whatever, getting robbed, everything. They getting you with the water bottle, okay? Squeeze your water bottle because look how small that needle is. Look. See that? You can't even look. You can't. You gotta squeeze it. And then sometimes they'll patch it. So when you squeeze it, if it's any kind of water leaking or perspiration, don't fall for it. You're welcome.
Almost 100% sure that they taught us that blood was blue inside the body until it hits oxygen and then it turns red. And I just saw a video of a 6th grade teacher talking about why do her 6th graders think that blood is blue. And my first thought was, how do you as a teacher not know that blood is blue until it hits oxygen? And then I looked it up and apparently that was never true. So now I'm wondering, because I could have sworn they taught us this in schools, like I don't even know if this is a Mandela effect or if this is just like misinformation completely, or if they are like they just lied to it. Wait, who else thinks that blood is blue? Actually, let me ask my husband. Hold on, wait, babe, when your blood is inside your body, what color is it?
Blue.
See, it's not okay, so apparently that's never been true. Like blood has always been red. That's just a myth.
It's only red
when it hits oxygen. Thank you. Okay, so apparently that's just a myth. So I feel like they taught us this in schools, but my mom's also in the medical field and also taught me this. Like this is gonna, what the hell?
Yeah, I've never heard it was blue though. I hear y'all say that.
Always have a mirror in front of your front door. Not in front, but like once you come inside the home, you know, the wall that is actually facing the door, you put a mirror right there. The reason why you do that is because you want to make sure that if anybody come with bad intentions or even yourself attracted some type of spirit with you, you don't bring it home or nobody bring it home. Either your pet, either your kids, either yourself, anybody in your family, it would actually go back. It would not go inside the house. This is the reason why it's powerful to have a mirror right there. And what I do is I put a piece of garlic, like a garlic head, on top of the door in the inside. So that gives us double layer of protection from anything negative coming into your home. If you like my tips, don't forget to like, comment, and share.
My grandma does this still to this day.
Okay, see, I know how in the movie they cloned Tyrone. We knew Jamie Foxx was a clone way before the movie said it because he was wearing the color purple. No, y'all didn't know that? Y'all don't know how to read color in film? Okay, don't worry about it. I got you. Hey, I'm Latasha. I'm a TV writer and an avid fan of TV and film, and I'm going to teach you how to dissect color in movies. PSA, none of my videos are for the you thinking too hard ass niggas. Thanks. So usually in film, yellow represents the everyday world, and in this film, they cloned Tyrone. It represents humans. The color blue, as not yet seen here, represents the new world. So in They Cloned Tyrone, it represents the clones. So why would the color purple on Jamie Foxx be a spoiler reveal? Well, the color red equals danger. Mix red, danger, with blue, clones, new world, you have a dangerous clone in the midst. We can even see how in this angle how Yo-Yo and Fontaine are focused on a common enemy, except Jamie, who's looking right at Fontaine. And of course that glowing, blaring red right behind him. He's in danger, girl. So why would Fontaine be in green? Well, this was a sleeper cell to represent the spoiler coming all the way at the end of the movie. We have been following Fontaine in the everyday world the entire time, thinking he was the hero, when reveal, he was blue, a clone. And they said, hey Tyrone, is that you? Green is the combination of yellow, the everyday world, and blue, the new world, making Fontaine a clone the entire time. Even more fun fact, writer-director Juelz Taylor was the actor who delivered the line. So that wasn't so hard, was it? That was it. I send you guys off to do it yourselves in movies, and see you next time.
I need her to come back next time. Drop some more gems.
I want to get out. Somebody got shot. So she can see. Oh, Lord, fuck shit. Oh, they kicking. Oh, somebody got this. That was five shots fired. Oh, look at that wreck. Y'all, crank up the car, please. I'm ready to go. We got to get out of here. I wonder why they was running that.
Rest in peace to Big, man. Diddy had his hands in on that.
Story time on the place you should never take your ass to. I'm not playing. Please don't go here. I'm not even going to get our address and location because I don't want nobody coming up missing. Boom. You know, I'm a little nature girly, so I decided to take my butt out the house. Wrong day, wrong time, wrong location. It's this little place, like, I be looking for, like, little forest preserves or, like, places I can go fish at, right? So I'm looking at places near me and, you know, near the area. I end up stumbling across a place that was not too far from the area, but it wasn't really, like, on the maps like that. Like, you kind of got to search for it type shit, right? I f***ed up. Y'all, the trees there were millions. When I tell you, gotta be millions of years old. I have never seen trees so big in my mother life. I swear to God, them trees probably 3 of me if I wrap my arms around, and I'm little as hell, probably 4 of me, to be honest with you. But that's not the kicker. It's not the trees, it's not the scenery, it's not none of that. It's the spookiness behind it. The whole thing behind that Forest Park Preserve. Every time I go there, I've been there twice. Don't ask me why I came my black ass back to flirt me after the second time. And after the second time, I got a rude awakening from leaving that place. I'm going to talk about that too. But, y'all, the first time I went there, I got lost. And the paths that we went down started disappearing. Y'all, it was people. Literally people. Couples, dogs disappearing from the paths. When I tell you, I'm looking at these people walk 5 feet maybe ahead of me. Turn a corner. Turn this way. Go straight. Gone. I'm looking for the same paths they go down. Can't find it. I saw a owl that was human sized. A human sized owl. Now, I'm from Chicago. I don't see owls that often. But that owl was about big as me. That bitch could have picked me up and ate me if he wanted to. I don't know what the hell they got going on in that area, that part. But Atlanta got some strange, weird shit going on. Y'all, it was a night that it was a full moon. And I'm seeing like, I'm in the area type shit. I said it's not too far from my house. So... And at the time, I was like homeless. Like I was staying outside because my bitch ass roommate had decided to call the owners and get me put out or whatever. So I'm seeing cars, like at least 7 cars pull into this spot at night. Now I think it's connected to like some government fishy shit. The reason why I say that is because when I did my research on this place, not only was it a place that they put bodies in, it was a cemetery at one point in time for African Americans. Started building things on top of it, right? Not only was it that, I can't say too much.
Go to school together? Man. What's your name, Devin? I know who you is, bro. I'm Devon. What's up? What you doing here? What you mean? What you doing here? Shopping. For what? Food. For real? Yeah. We got a whole catalog that you not.
You not credence on Grindr?
No.
No?
Damn. No, not me.
This ain't you?
Hey, pull your phone out real quick, Devin.
That ain't you?
Pull your phone out. Bro. Pull your phone out. That ain't me.
This ain't your name? Bro. You sent a little boy a shit, right?
I did not, bro.
Hey, you from Detroit?
I am.
Is this your
Why'd you say that? No, but that's still not me.
Hey, you got caught.
But this is
I'm not a predator in Detroit.
Oh, yeah, you a predator.
You want to talk about it or you want to talk to the police up there?
I can.
You want to?
I can.
Or let's talk about it.
I can. Come on. Okay. There ain't nothing to talk about.
We could have just talked about it. Me and you.
What are you really doing though? Bro,
Excuse me, everybody.
Shopping, bro. Yeah. I'm shopping.
So we got all the evidence, but you just gonna stick to it?
I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to it.
Okay, I'm gonna stick to it.
I'm gonna stick to it.
Dame Dot out here catching predators. You know Dame Dot?
I do.
You know Dame Dot?
I do.
Hey, how embarrassing is you got caught by Dame Dot? What you mean? You know, a 13-year-old boy.
Damn. And he's standing on it like as if he ain't guilty.
Are we gonna pretend like this didn't happen? Are we gonna pretend like I didn't just tell you guys that there's not that many cattle in the world, especially since McDonald's has been like so many get shut down every day for serving humans. The world is fake. There's so much fake news that I have a video from the CIA. This douchebag went out on a date and didn't know this guy was recording him, and he said he was telling the guy that the CIA will put out fake videos, fake news, just to watch people's reaction, just to see what they do. This is like, we're not free. We're all slaves. So I said the other day that the cattle cartel, that's just one of them, he got a Lambo possessed. I mean, just a bunch of shit. He's always going to actual Mexico. That's not Mexico. The Mexican president that we can see online or whatever, she's a... None of this makes sense. There's always a fuel truck right behind a cattle truck, and none of them stop. They don't run logs, nothing. They don't run no federal logs. This is the biggest okey-doke system in the world. All these felons have 30 violent felonies on their record. Vendors have a CDL. They live at the Blackstone hotels. They register on that registry to find each other. It's like they live in hotels. They don't have to tell nobody they live there. There's no reason for them to register for anything. This is an okie doke system. If you have O negative blood and blue eyes and you didn't get you're royalty, the Illuminati, as a matter of fact. The borders, I mean, that's not like a great picture, but I don't know what you guys thought the border was. And the fake commenters are in my comment section, so I know I'm onto something.
Holy shit.
Y'all being serious here. This is like day 22 or so of the government shutdown. And they're talking about not issuing out SNAP benefits. And that's going to affect a lot of folks. And I'm going to tell you this, looking in my face, that if anybody feels that they need some food and it's getting tight, my food is free. You come on up to the farm next Tuesday, tap in with me, and you could get a bag or two of produce, something to feed your family. So don't even sweat that. And I'm sure that many of the urban farmers in the city are on the same type of time. If folks and families, if you're not going to receive your benefits to purchase food, your SNAP benefits, and you just feeling the pinch, do not hesitate to reach out. My name is Travis, Green Boots veteran, Community Horticulture Gardens and Marketplace. Free food for y'all. Just come on up, please. Peace.
Now see this right here? This is what they asses don't want us to do. And that I mean stick together. And I say us, I mean everyone. Your ass could be purple, you could be red, you could be blue, you could be green. I don't care what you are. This is what I mean. We need to stick together. He didn't say nobody in particular. He said to anybody, any families. That's what they don't want. They don't want someone who look like me being cool with someone who looks opposite from me. They don't want that. They don't want us to talk. They don't want us to see eye to eye. They don't want us to be able to hash out our disagreements. They don't want us to agree to even disagree. They want us at odds and they want us fighting because that keeps us off the main issue. If we could start to trust each other, start to help each other, start to know we there for each other, that shit can move mountains, bro. I'm telling you. And that's some shit they don't want. That's some shit they don't want. Watch them start taking over all the farms off some shit like this.
I knew I wasn't the only one that thought something weird with Elon. Listen to what Candace Owens was saying about Elon Musk and two other people. Whoever these two people is, listen to this shit.
Telling you, I don't even think these people are human. Like, I look at Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Peter Thiel, and I'm pretty sure they're hybrid. You know what I mean? Like, they just look like an Apple software that I should be able to download at night, you know? Like, when my phone's getting an update or something. It's something in the eyes. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I know I'm human, but I don't know if I you if you bleed, you know? I'm not going to say that. But I don't know if they bleed all the way.
Brother, I didn't say it before. Y'all got to think about it. She's around these people. So if anybody know, she would know, right? What do y'all think? Let me know down below in the comments.
Realize that there are wild lions that roam the woods in America. Now, at one time, 10,000 years ago, there used to be what was called the American lion. As far as scientists know, it went extinct. But there have been many reports of people saying that they've seen a very large lion-like creature in the American forest. Now, it's interesting because the other thing that most people don't realize is there are a lot of private owners who are outside of the zoo who have large cats. And from time to time, those cats escape, or sometimes they just let them loose and they run off into the woods. So, of course, there are small populations of African lions in the American wilderness. Now, there was this park ranger. They said, they were in northern Illinois. They worked at sort of this campground. And they always had two rangers at night that would stay overnight in this cabin. Well, about 11:30 at night, they get a phone call. One of the campers in one of the cabins said that they had heard some strange sounds outside of the lake area. So both the rangers get in the truck and they drive over. They then knock on the cabin door and they start talking to these campers. who go on to tell them that they are hearing sort of what sounded like a lion. And the rangers are like, we can reassure you there are no lions here in this area, nor anywhere in America. But he said that's when he turned around and he sees this very large cat. And he said it was not a cougar or a bobcat, like this was a legitimate African lion. And he said it ran across and went into this part of the woods. And he said that's when he immediately went inside the cabin with his partner and they locked the door. They called the police, who came out and actually searched the area, but they thought these people, must have been crazy or something. But he still claims to this day that he thinks there's a very large lion that lives in that area. Now, also in northern Illinois, there was a farmer who said he used to hear sort of these roars coming from the woods behind his house. And he would lose cows from time to time. And he said, it was really weird because it felt like there might have been an African lion living in the forest behind his home. So what do you think? Are there lions in America?
I'm experiencing this thing where, like, we all know if you say something into your phone, the mic picks it up and somehow it gets the information you're talking about and puts you in the algorithm of that subject matter, right? We've all noticed that, right? But have y'all gotten to the point where you don't even have to speak on it? You can just think about it and you're in the algorithm. You're in getting ads or promotions to that subject matter you were just thinking about. And I've kind of tested this a few times, unintentionally though, but I thought about something that I haven't thought about in years and years. I haven't seen on TikTok. I haven't seen on anything in years, but I think about it, right? And suddenly I'm in that algorithm. The other video was that subject matter. Am I the only one experiencing this? Or is everybody else experiencing, like, it seems like these phones can tell what we're thinking and they throw us in the algorithm of that. Y'all experience that?
He ain't tripping. That's facts.
One of the greatest things ever grown on this planet is beetroot. Red beets were used throughout history as a brain and body booster. That's why they were so heavily used by ancient warriors and hunters. They have something called nitrates, which turns into nitric oxide when you eat it, which can help slow down the aging process of humans. Beetroot actually started as a sea beet. It was white and it only grew near the Mediterranean. They would pull it straight out the ground and just eat it raw. But after years of selective breeding, we now have the dark red beets. They taste almost like a sweet, juicy carrot. That's probably why Napoleon was shocked that they could be turned into sugar, which is pretty insane.
I didn't know that. That just taught me something.
The next step in their master plan that you just heard Steve Bannon talking about, as well as the Kushners, is the purge. Let me explain. If you've ever watched any of the purges, even the last one that just came out during Trump's last presidency in 2020, the purge has never been about a free night of unaliving people. The purge has always been about the government enacting an experiment to unalive multiple people through the ways of civil war to control the population. And I 100% believe that after rewatching The Purge all the way from election year to Purge Forever After, we're well on our way to witnessing another annual purge. I want everyone to go back and watch these movies so you understand where the government plays a huge part in this and how white has always been the center of every single purge movie we've ever witnessed. I went back and watched them last night and I realized that, hey, this could very well happen as the government instilled the purge as a way to insect or insurrect, one might add, population control. Does that not sound familiar? The thing that struck me the most about the Purge Forever After, which was the one that just came out recently, the last one, and all the other purges before, was number one, they were always insurrected by white and the KKK. The purge started with and ended with white people having to cross the border back into Mexico for refugee from a civil war that happened in the United States. The purge has always been a civil war. Leave the world behind and the purge are two things that I feel like we're closer to than liberty, freedom, and tax with representation. Watch and pay attention to what happens next.
Do y'all remember when The Purge came out? How many of y'all said it wouldn't happen? And how many people said that it would? I think I was one of those people When I first seen that movie, I was like, I could definitely see it happening, but I didn't think that maybe it would be in my lifetime. And there's a lot of movies like that. And now we going through history and we going through some shit, and I'm like, man, maybe I was all wrong. Maybe this shit was a little bit more on my timeline than I thought. Maybe it was I didn't want it to be on my timeline. Y'all let me know your thoughts, but I would agree. Shout out to Aja. She one of the hardest creators to do this. Y'all go run her up.
This is a really weird Mandela effect I just heard. What color is blood inside your body? Before it hits the oxygen, it is blue. That's what we were always taught, that, oh, your blood is actually blue. I remember hearing that when I was a kid. Like, that was just pushed upon us all the time. Apparently, that never happened. Let me know if you are from that timeline. I'm going to go ask my wife. She has no idea I'm doing this video. I'm going to see what she said. I have to ask you a question. I'm not going to show you because the way you're dressed right now. But what color is blood inside your body?
Blue.
See? She's from the timeline. No, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. The new Mandela effect, that doesn't exist. That's never true and never been true.
But it's blue. Well, why does it look blue right now on my wrist?
I'm telling you, it's the Mandela effect.
My mom said she from that timeline too.
¿De dónde vendrá esto de allá de Poza Rica o qué onda? Están buenas las puertas, pero tienen su tranca y están clavadas. Pero que vayan a salir, no me vaya a salir un cristiano ahí. Vaya de frente. ¿Hay alguien con vida? ¿Hay alguien con vida? Respondan. ¿Quién vive? ¿Quién vive? ¿Quién vive? Hola, amigo, la puerta. Que la puerta también es trancada. A ver, nomás prueba. Vaya que cuando me suba me salgan esta gente. ¿Quién? Espérame, que estoy grabando por la verdad. ¿Hay alguien con vida? Respondan. Ay, hasta me asustó. Uy, me asustó.
As the men yell, if anyone's alive in there, this massive shadow figure can be seen moving inside as its white pale face peeks out, then hides.
Yeah, I didn't see that at first.
2025 is number 9, the year of the snake. The snake is eating itself. That's why they cut off your SNAP benefits. When America falls, it has no choice but to eat itself alive because the game is over. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. Don't be surprised if they come to you and say, the only way you can get your SNAP benefits is you have to put this chip inside of your body. But the real question is, how many people will take this chip? How many? What's taking place right now is nothing but another test. But this is not just any test. This is the final test. Remember in 2020, people was fighting over toilet paper? Remember this? So the elites sat back and said, damn, if they fight over toilet paper, imagine what they would do if they don't have no food. These people that control this world, they don't sell products. They don't sell information. They sell emotion. Everything is connected to emotion. They said it was a deadly virus that was killing all kind of people. But the first thing people did was toilet paper. The hell you gonna do with this? The real problem is people don't know how to survive without the system. They don't know how to fish. They don't know how to farm. People don't know how to take care of their health. When they get sick, they run right to the doctors. We don't even know how to take care of ourselves no more. The elites that control this world, they know that everything is about information, knowledge, and wisdom. So when they see things like this taking place, they sit back and say, shit, these people don't have no knowledge. Now it's the SNAP benefits. These people don't have no knowledge. So now they can purge us because they look at us like we are undesirables. This is some real shit that's taking place right now, which is connected to the depopulation agenda. If they feel like you are not here to help this planet, then you are against the planet. So now the great purging must start. If you don't know what the word purge means, you can pause this video and you can read it. Then step back and say, damn, this world is really like this. I want people to pay attention to the dates because they said by November 1st, no benefits will go out. But we know October 31st is Halloween, right? These people have all kind of technology where they could put a mask on their face and make it look like you. So before you go outside and do shit like this, just understand, they can take your face and put it on another body and they can say it's you. Don't forget that they have crisis actors. So even if we don't go out there, riot, loot, and protest, they just can hire and pay people to do this shit. I can't say what I really want to say, but just know that you are being watched. So be careful.
Mandela effect, if you don't know about it, is things that we thought were happening, but no, it was actually like this. What do you guys remember, the Bernstein Bears or the Berenstein Bears?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not even sure about that.
Okay, so they're saying that it was the Bernstein Bears, but it was the Berenstein Bears. Or what do you guys remember about the Monopoly Man? He had what?
A hat on.
What else did he have?
I think he had a cane.
Okay.
Cane mustache?
Did he have a monocle?
Felt like he had a monocle.
Yeah, definitely had one.
Did he?
So things that have happened are kind of like
They
changing.
didn't happen. Did Curious George have a tail or not? Do you guys remember a movie, Kazam?
Shazam.
That's not the Shaq one, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Do you remember Shazam?
Shazam. Are we talking about the Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, with Sinbad.
Oh, with Sinbad. Shazam. I feel like I heard about Shazam.
Okay. They said it never existed.
They said it never existed.
There's a Kazam movie with Shaq, and there's a Shazam movie with Sinbad. They said Shazam never happened. I remember seeing that movie.
And what does the actors that played in that movie say?
He said, well, yeah, like he kind of played along with it, but then he said, nah, it never happened. But again, here's the thing.
It's a VHS?
That's what I'm saying. People are saying, okay, even the, look at that. Even Fruit of the Loom. What do you guys remember? Just the fruit or the cornucopia on it? The little brown thing on it?
I remember the brown thing.
Never happened.
Got it.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember the brown thing.
So they said it's just the fruit, the cornucopia, but people are finding all over the internet, they're finding pictures like, wait a minute, I have a sock and there's a cornucopia on it. There's a shirt with a cornucopia on it. They're like, something's going on. Because again, you could write it off like, it's probably bullshit, whatever. I think they're gaslighting us, and I think that there's timelines probably bleeding into what things happened, what things didn't. And
you think someone's rewriting history?
I think they're trying to.
Real talk, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Who are those people behind her? Really? What is going on out here, guys? Who's this? It looks like a mask. Who is that? So you want me to believe that that's Mona Lisa? Mona Lisa's not here anymore. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if Mona Lisa ever existed. Who were those three people behind her? Who are they? Because last time I checked, Mona Lisa was just a picture. Just a picture. And I'm not sure if it was actually a real person. People are saying that that's Alexis Stone. Somebody on this app that like dresses up like other people, like a costume or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know about this. There's a lot of realistic masks that are floating around, guys. And I'm starting to think that people we know may be using them. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just wondering who that person is, but people are saying that that's somebody named Alexis Stone, something like that. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this. I'm out.
That shit look creepy, didn't it?
Here's something very few people have gotten to see. This is actually a bow and arrow from the uncontacted tribes with string that they made. And this is a 15-inch arrowhead. And so when you hear about people getting shot by the tribes, these are massive steak knives that cure. They make the bamboo hard in the fire. And these have an edge, let me tell you. And here they've made a handle here. This rope is not something they could have made. This is a factory produced rope that they probably took from a logging camp, I'm guessing. But the back of this arrow is made out of vulture feathers.
Here's what these arrowheads look like next to a spoon, which is probably something that these people have never seen. They don't really have any metal items. As logging keeps pushing deeper into Amazonia, it's pushing into the last territories where these uncontacted people are safe. And they're coming out more and more, and they're becoming more and more agitated because they're losing the last territory they have. These are the last people that live truly in the jungle with nature. And it's our responsibility to protect them.
What the mean we just found real life face huggers, bro? What do these things even do? We just had radioactive wasps last week, and now we're getting
aliens.
I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be our last week on this earth, bruh. Cause tell me why we're only on the 4th of the month, and God is literally just
spamming commands.
Along with that, we're finding out that peacocks can shoot literal laser beams, and we're finding out that we have radioactive spiders now. Nigga, why am I not Spider-Man yet? Like, I'm really starting to think that we're just in God's
Build a boat server, bro.
This shit does not seem real. Like, this dude is literally just adding shit to the server
On a drunk night, bro.
Cause tell me why we also had volcanoes erupting, tsunamis coming, and earthquakes happening. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, if you're gonna be adding all this stuff to the server, at least add some superpowers and give it to a nigga like me so I can laser my name into the core of the earth and give these niggas
a real canon event.
Cause bro, with all this bad shit happening back to back, I'm really thinking that we all just died to back in 2020, and now we were just sent to an alternate reality where all this shit is fake. And bro, it seems to me all of these radioactive animals and aliens are coming from nearby nuclear plants. Like bro, why do we still have these shits, bro? All they do is make nuclear bombs. Ain't nothing good that came out of a nuclear bomb, bro. The last time we dropped a bomb on somebody, aka Japan, bro, we bombed the masculinity straight out of them niggas, bro.
Just straight niggas in skirts and femboys, bro.
Bro is going crazy. He sick of this shit.
Did George Washington allow a little slave boy to freeze to death while holding his horses during that famous Delaware River crossing? If not, then how do you explain the origin of the line jockey? This is the legend of Jocko Graves, the faithful groomsman. Let me tell you about it. I'm the young black mayor, your #1 history influencer. During the Revolutionary War, late December 1776, it is said that General George Washington allowed a 12-year-old slave boy and his father Tom Graves to serve along with about 60 other black men. When it came to that famous crossing of the Delaware River, Washington decided it was too dangerous for Jocko to cross. General Washington instructed Jocko to wait with the horses and keep a lantern lit. That way the army would have a guiding light when they attempted to return back across the Delaware. When General Washington and the army returned back across the river, little Jocko had froze to death with the lantern still in hand. General Washington must have felt bad because he commissioned an iron statue to be made to honor Jocko and be placed at his Mount Vernon estate. He named the statue the Faithful Groomsman, which in that time frame was a man or a boy left in charge of stabling, feeding, and grooming horses. Over time, the statue would evolve to racist versions, eventually making it to the current day line jockey. The worst versions were Sambo-like black figures with protruding lips. They were often used for hitching horses. It evolved to this current version of a white horse jockey holding his arm out with a lantern. But why would a racing jockey be holding a lantern? Some say they were positive symbols when they were used on the Underground Railroad. Some say Stagecoach Mary hated them and that she would knock them over when she saw them along her mail routes. Either way, the racist imagery and the evolution of the line jockey is evident. Should we praise George Washington for honoring Jocko Graves, the faithful groomsman, or should we hate every version of the line jockey that we see? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm the young black mayor, and I'll tell you more next time. Truly your #1 history influencer.
Shotgun Mary don't play no games. Y'all, hey, if y'all want to take that rabbit hole, y'all let me know. If you ain't seen the movie The Harder You Fall, that's how I start taking those rabbit holes, if we're being honest. On top of that, you start going down Shotgun Mary, you start going down Cherokee Bill, you start seeing all, man, that movie had me dead, man, that shit. I was in like 2022, I think, when I was taking those rabbit holes. That was before we started the channel. Cherokee Bill got to be one of my favorite characters from that whole movie. But again, the characters are real. They all just didn't know each other. So if you watch the movie, they all didn't know each other. That story was made up, but the characters were real. The stories and timelines of the characters may not have went in depth within the movie, but you gotta do that on your own time. But that's a classic movie. And the story I did go through with Mary, she wasn't playing. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. And y'all go check it out if y'all haven't. If you have, what's y'all thoughts on it? And just think, sometimes we've eaten that shit before.
You really got to be careful when it come down to going down them conspiracy theory rabbit holes, man, because your ass will get lost. It's called a rabbit hole for a reason. You don't know how deep it is. It could be infinitely deep. You don't know. That's the thing about conspiracy theories, because you can prove them, but you also can disprove them at the same time. So it's like, damn, is this shit real or is it not real? Because the whole time you be looking up conspiracy theories, some of them you can debunk, but some of them be having evidence that they're actually real. A lot of them actually got evidence that they're actually real. And that's the thing, when you go on a conspiracy theory binge, oh my God, all the information you learn is so much, but you get lost in the knowledge. You will literally just be stagnant because you're not going to be doing nothing with it because you learning so much so fast, you can't do nothing with it. And it just causes stagnation mentally and physically, going down conspiracy theory rabbit holes for weeks, months. And at this point in my life, I've realized if you can't do nothing with the information, then it's meaningless and it's pointless. Because no matter what you learn in this life, if you can't apply it to your actual real life, it's literally a waste of space in your mind. Then at the end of the day, you realize about most of these conspiracy theories, you can't even do shit about most of them. Most of the 95% of these shits, it ain't shit you can do about it. Whether it be flat earth, aliens, Pizzagate, adrenochrome, it don't matter what the it is. It ain't shit you can do about it. It sucks, because it really hurts when you learn about all this shit and you realize, damn, I can't do shit about it.
What if it's not for us to do nothing about? What if it's for us to actually just experience? What if it's just for us to know? What if we won't know until it's time to transition? Nah, you never know. I'm just going with the flow. I'm going with the flow. And I was always raised and taught 360 degrees of knowledge. If you know about that, then you know.
Y'all see how there's no cars behind me, right? You know, watch by the time I get to my house, there's gonna be cars driving right near me. Watch this. This shit happens every time. Watch this shit. Just pay attention. By the time I reach my yard, there's gonna be a bunch of cars, bro. Watch. Can't make this shit up. Just watch. I'm about to turn in to go to my yard. Right? Now watch when I'm about to hit the door. Watch this shit. Going into my gate. But who do we have here? A bunch of cars, like I said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Boy, I tell you, boy. I know what I be talking about.
We are back again.
When someone says You can't make this up. Most of the time I've noticed, they not lying. But I wanted to say, what city is he? I don't even know if he said what city he's in, but they driving hella slow. In California, bro, shit, we got cops that just be sitting off in the middle of the cuts, and you be going. We got our streets is like 45. School zones is 25. But the streets is 45, and then freeway, bro, that thing is 60. 60, well, it's about 65. It's 65. But, you know, we be going about a lot of, I say everybody. If you go in 65, literally, somebody's on your ass. You about to get into some shit on the road. California people drive crazy. I hate to say that, but that's what it is. They going hella slow down that street. That street, bro, Cali going crazy on that. They going at least 50. You got some people who going way faster than that on streets. Trust me. If y'all from Cali been here, let me know if y'all agreeing or not.
We are back again with another episode of Men Whose Downfall Was Lust. And unfortunately, this downfall does end in a death. If you don't know this brother behind me, his name is Steve McNair. Steve was the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, and he won MVP of the league in 2003. Steve even led his team to the Super Bowl where the receiver was just a yard short of winning the game. Steve did have a wife and kids, but as you could guess, with him being so young and successful, a lot of temptation came with it. Now, I'm unsure if him and his wife were separated, but Steve was known to have multiple girlfriends. And I don't know if TMZ was a new thing or if he just didn't care, but if he out and about with the side piece like that, that mean it's pretty serious. At least this is what she thought. This is Jenny, one of Steve's side pieces. Steve met Jenny at the local Dave & Buster. She was his waiter, and that's how it all started. Now, of course, Jenny works at Dave & Buster's, so she's struggling financially. She's not in the position Steve is in. She's actually living with her ex-boyfriend. And I don't know if Steve was telling her stuff or if she just got adjusted to the lifestyle, but she didn't think she was Steve's side piece. She thought she was the main. So for reasons I don't know why, Steve went over to her house, I guess to have a conversation, and ended up falling asleep on the couch. I don't know if they were arguing, I would assume they were, but Jenny was in some type of rage because she actually ended up shooting Steve 4 times and then turning the gun on herself. Now you tell me, what makes a millionaire quarterback start dating a 20-year-old waiter, start taking her on trips, go to her neighborhood, which looked like the ghetto, and fall asleep on her couch after an argument? What could make a sane man do that? Lust.
Spoon. Watch.
What the? I'm gonna give him his respect. I'm gonna go ahead and say he did his thing. Y'all think it was real? Y'all think it was fake? Let me know, man. Let me know. But y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, Collective. If you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. And so see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my count. Sheesh. At the